Good afternoon to all. Myself Gayatri. I am lecturer in nursing, working in Mr. Lakshmana College of Nursing. Today's topic is about human relation in context of nursing. First, we see about the introduction of human relations in nursing. It is nothing but human relation is motivating people in organizing setting to develop teamwork, which accomplishes individual as well as organizational goal effectively. That means human relations are fundamental in civil society in each profession. It is one of the largest groups in healthcare workforce. They're constantly interacting with the patients and the relatives, colleagues, as well as other members of this healthcare team inside and outside the healthcare organization, that is inside the hospital or inside and outside of hospital. Next we see about the definition of human relation in nursing. And it is an area of management practice which is connected with the integration of people into a work situation in a way that motivate them to work productively, cooperatively, and with the economic, psychological, and social satisfaction, defined by Kate Davis. Next, we see about the definition of human relation in nursing. In human relation in nursing, it refers to the relationship of nurses with colleagues and other department personnel and nurses of with patients. And it's a interdepartmental and interpersonal relationship to provide the quality care to the patients. Next, it is also developed in which two healthcare personnel interact with each other to achieve the primary goal of maximum patient satisfaction and health promotion irrespective of the field of work. Um, Nothing but next we see about the objectives of human relation. In human relation approaches, empathy and policies and techniques designed to improve employees' moral and job satisfaction so as to increase the employee efficiency and also reduce unrest and to promote the understanding of the people behavior. Next objective is resource integration, and next one is smooth working of an organization, establishment of effective leadership. Next, we see about the concept of human relation. Concept of human relation, nothing but two concepts. First one is nature of people. Second concept is nature of organization. Concept related to nature of people, under that four categories are given. First one is individual difference, nothing but individual difference. It is an attitude, skill based, that means not affect jobs, mainly focus on individual personalities, individual's attitude and skill, and also behavior of the people. Main principles of individual differences means it is also emphasize the manager or administrator to deal with human beings who differ in feelings, emotions, goals, etc. Next concept is a whole person concept. Nothing but its significance. Behavior of person cannot be studied in isolation, and also person comes to workplace as complete person. Complete person. And next concept is motivational behavior, nothing but it is an important determinant of individual behavior, and also performance in organization is mainly for a motivated person. This cause may relate to individual need or consequences that results from his or her act. Next concept is human dignity. Human dignity, nothing but it tells that every person should be respected simply because we happens to an employee of organization. If person is not treated with dignity, he will not cooperate with the organization. These four concept mainly for the relating to the nature of people. Next concept is concept relating to nature of organization. That one is first one is organizational social system. Next one is mutual interest. Organization of social system is nothing but which coordinates the activities of its members for achievement of common goal. These members are cooperating with a common goal, and they're setting their common goal only. Next concept is mutual interest. Mutual interest, nothing but every individual join an organization if he feels that the goals mainly to be served. So the human relation broadly implies interaction and cooperation among people in such groups. For example, in schools, business, hospital, industry, every aspect, the mutual interest is useful for nature of organization. These are the concept of human relation. First concept is concept related to nature of people. Second concept is concept related to nature of organization. Under the concept related to nature of people means first one is individual differences. Second one is whole person concept. Third one is motivational behavior. At last is fourth one human dignity. Next concept related to nature of organization. Nothing but organizational social system. Second one is mutual interest. Next, we see about the characteristics of human relations. First characteristics, interaction or communication. Nothing but whenever two or more individuals come together, when two or more individuals come together with and start exchanging information, that means that is communication, interaction with interpersonal relationship, maintaining interaction with the patient and patient and staff nurse or patient and co-worker. That's all. Second one is need satisfaction. Need satisfaction, nothing but members of groups that in process of interaction, some of their needs get satisfied, means that one is need satisfaction. The third one is modification of behavior. That is certain attitudes and perception which modify their mutual behavior. That one is the modification of behavior. Everyone change the behavior, but all our behavior are same, not same, no. So that's why modification of behavior. Fourth characteristics is group goals. Nothing but group goals. It is interacting persons also decide upon striving together for achievement of goals. That is group goals. Next one is role differentiation. It is mainly contribute different achievement of group goals as they play the different parts, but goals get stabilized. That is role differentiation. Next one is status. Status is it is also carries its own level of power. That is status. Next characters is group structure. Group structure means power distribution get arranged into hierarchy. That means hierarchy wise power distribute to the co-workers, then they were working together. This known as group structure. Last one is norms. Norms is all groups develop regulatory rules known as norms. All groups are made for getting their limitations. That one is group regulatory rules called as norms. These are the characteristics of human relation. First characteristic is interaction or communication. Second characteristic need satisfaction. Third one is modification of behavior. Fourth one is group goals. Fifth one is role differentiation. Fifth one status. Sixth one group structure. At last one is norms. These are the characteristics of human relation. Next we move on to principles of human relation. These principles are certain by the mnemonics. That means have patients are staff nurse or manager. Every person have self-confidence. U means understand the viewpoint of others. M means make yourself friend of all. A means admit it if you are wrong. N means never make promises you cannot keep. These are the principles of human. That is, H means have self-confidence. U means understand the viewpoint of others. M means make yourself friend of all. A means admit if you are wrong. N means never make promises you cannot keep. These are the principles of human. Other principles of relations means are for respect and courtesy are mainly important for this relationship. E for explain thoroughly. L for look, listen and learn. That is L3. L3 means look, listen and learn. Next, A for avoid argument. T for try to be sociable and approachable. I means insist on selfless service to your community. Next, O means others first. Next, self last. N means never criticize in public. S means stress on positive always. These are the principles for human relations. H means have self-confidence. U means understand the viewpoint of others. M means make yourself friend of all. A means admit if you are wrong. N means never make promises you cannot keep. Next, R means respect. E means explain thoroughly. L means look, listen and learn. A means avoid argument. T means try to be sociable and approachable. I means insist on selfless service to your community. O means others first. Then self is last. N means never criticize in public. S means stress on positive always. These are the principles of human relation. Next, we see about the dimensions of human relation in nursing. 4 dimensions. First one is nurse-patient helping relationship. Second one is nurse-family relationship. Third one's nurse health team relationship. At last, nurse community relationship. First, we see about the nurse patient helping relationship. Nothing but helping relationship or the foundation for the clinical nursing practice. In every clinical practices, first step is helping tendency is most important. That's why the nurse assumes the role of professional helper in such relationship and comes to know the patient health needs. That's why nurse patient helping relationship dimension is important. At the same time, the nurse therapeutic use of communication help patients overcome the problems by achieving optimum health. That's why patient health is improve or not. That's why only we assess that condition. In therapeutic relationship, nurse often encourage patients to share personal stories, which are called narrative interactions. And this is the main important in nurse-patient relationship. Not check the patient's name, vitals, identification data, name, age, sex, and that's not important. You thoroughly collect the information means you start with the narration. And this is nurse patient helping relationship. Next dimension is nurse family relationship. That means many nursing situations, especially those in community and healthcare setting, require the nurse to form helping relationship with the patient's entire family. Care given to only not single person, care given to whole family, that is nurse family relationship. The same principle that guide one-to-one helping relationship also apply when the patient is a family unit. Communication within the families requires additional understanding of complexities of family dynamics, needs and relationship. These are the dimensions of nurse family relationship. Next, we see about the nurse health team relationship. It is not it is mainly required for nurse functions or role require interaction with multiple health team members. But both social as well as therapeutic interactions are needed between the nurse and health team members to build moral and strength relationship within the work setting. These are the dimensions of nurse health team relationship. Next, communication in such relationship may be geared towards team building, facilitating the group process, collaboration, consultation, delegation, supervision, leadership, and management. These are the relationship maintaining means work out in the nurse health team relationship. Next, we see about the last dimension is nurse community relationship. Nothing but many nurses from relationship with the community groups by participating in local organization, volunteering members for community service are becoming politically active nurses in a community-based practice. In community area, thoroughly check the patients or give the health education or mass health education given to the patient. That's why only develop the nurse community relationship. They must be able to establish relationship with their community to be an effective change agents. And also communication within the community take place through channels such as neighborhood newsletters, public bulletin boards, newspapers, radio, television, and electronic information sites. These are the methods used in the nurse community relationship. These are the dimensions of health human relations in nursing. First one is nurse patient helping relationship. Second one is nurse family relationship. Third one is nurse health team relationship. At last, nurse community relationship. These are the dimensions of human relation in nursing. Next, we see about the determinants. Determinant factors of cordial human relations. First one is common goal. Second one, group cohesiveness. Third one, interrelatedness of personality. Fourth factors is caring organizational policy. Fifth factor is an effective communication system. Sixth one is mutual trust and understanding in organization culture. At last, motivation and greater human understanding. These are the factors to maintain the cordial human relationship. Next, we see about the factors responsible for the growth of human relations in nursing. What are the factors responsible for the growth of human relationship means recognition of the dignity of individual and also his personality. And every individual dignity is maintained means personality also important. Encouragement to independent thinking and self decision making. Everyone should thinking process is independent and also have a self decision making is important. Next, development of professional managers rather than autocratic managers. Encourage the managers to professional workers means workers also within not like us autocratic managers. Next one is the recognition that the real power centers within an organization or the interpersonal relationship established within the work environment, not other than work environment. Next in change in work environment. Next one is the belief that the organization developed around human relationship, including those between leaders and employees. This relationship is mainly used for the leaders and employees. That means leaders means higher authority person, employee means employee workers. Next one is the human relations movement focused on human feelings and attitudes of employees. Any attitudes means any illegal attitudes identify means that time we inform and guide the participants. In a hospital, the producer and raw material comprises of human beings, and the nurse are dealing with human beings. These are the factors responsible for the growth of human relation in nursing. Main factors are not but that recognition of dignity of individual and their personality, and also main factors important factors means independent thinking is very important, and also decision making skills only useful for developing the human relation in nursing. Next, we see about the what are the steps to improve and maintaining the good human relationship in nursing administration. One by one, we see about the important steps. First step is know your personal will, their goals and aspirations. Second goal is understand the function. What are the functions maybe are running out? Any innovations or any innovative ideas are means welcome. Any updated means to develop their information or develop their organization means they also encourage. Next one is help them to perform their assigned jobs by adopting positive reinforcement techniques. Positive reinforcement techniques to develop their individuality. Praise them in public for their good job done. If the public done their job good manner means encourage, and performance appraisal also improved. Next, admonish them in private for any wrongful practice. If a person any doing wrongful practice means that time punish the person and warning the patient. Warn the person. Next, be sincerely interested in them and set example for others. If a person is doing best means give example for others also. Do not be afraid to share responsibility. And next one is deal with the complaints in time and give personal attention to the all the problems. Next, treat subordinates and clients with dignity and respect. It is mainly important. Every subordinate persons or any clients means proper dignity with and proper respect should be given that client. Delegate responsibility with authority. And next one is speedy removal of grievances. These are the factors. These are the steps in improving and maintaining good relationship. Next one is the we should be open and transparent and tell why things need to be done or changed. Next one is praise, appreciation, awards, and letter of thanks should be liberal. These are the things should be followed. Means encouraging process should be useful. Needs must be satisfied by realizing status position. Do not preach but act. Keep your promises whenever made. Provide an enlightened leadership and keep all the channels of communication gap. These are the process. These are the steps in improving in maintaining a good relationship in nursing administrations. Main steps means improving and maintaining good relationship, understanding their functional process. It's very important, and praise them in public for a good job done. And any wrongful any wrong practices done means that time we punish or warning that person. This is very important. And assigning their jobs with adopting the positive reinforcement techniques also used. Next, set example for others and also treat subordinates and clients with dignity and respect and speedy removal of grievances. And last one is needs must be satisfied by realizing status position. These are the points mainly important for improving and maintaining the good relationship in nursing administration. Next, we see about the advantages of human relation in nursing organization. First advantages is contribute to people skill building. Main advantages contribution is very much important. Next one helps to understanding people, helps to predict people, and next one is helps to motivate for effective work. Is very important, and its main advantages is help to promote adjustment mechanism. Promote adjustment mechanism and help to understand individual differences and helps to improve interpersonal skill. Interpersonal skill also improve by the helping of others and praise them or appreciation is very important and help to develop positive attitude and help to assess the needs and desire. These are the advantages of human relation in nursing organization. Next, limitations of human relation in nursing means undue emphasis on human relation will do more harm than good. Next limitation is mass conformity. Next one, manipulation of people and not exact but common sense, lack of confidence but liking people, unrealistic removal of conflict. And next limitation is weakens managerial authority. At last is case of introversion and short-sightedness. These are the limitations of human relation in nursing. So far we have discussed about the human relation in nursing is first introduction about the human relation. It's mainly used mainly interacting with the patient and the relatives, colleagues as well as others members of multidisciplinary healthcare team members. Next one is definition of human relation in nursing, nothing but main interaction, integration of people into the work situation to motivate them to work productively, cooperatively and with economic, psychological and social satisfaction. Next one is human relation in nursing. That means to provide quality care to the patients. Next, we see about the objectives of human relation. Main objective is to improve job satisfaction, to improve efficiency, and main motive is establishment of effective leadership. Next, we see about the concept of human relationship. Two concepts in human relation. First one is nature of people. Second one is nature of organization. In nature of people, that means individual differences, whole person concept, motivational behavior, and human dignity. Next concept is nature of organization is nothing but organizational social system. And next one is mutual interest. Next, we see about the characteristics of human relationship. What are the characteristics of interaction and communication, need satisfaction, modification of behavior, group goals, role identification, role differentiation, status, norms, and group structure. These are the characteristics of human relation. Next, we see about the principles of human relations and dimensions of human relations in nursing is 4 dimensions. First one is nurse-patient helping relationship. Second one, nurse-family relationship. Third one, nurse-health team relationship. At last, nurse-community relationship. Next, we see about the determinants factors of coordinal human relation. What are the determinant factors? Means common goals, group cohesiveness, caring, organizational policy, effective communication system, motivation and greater human understanding. What are the factors responsible for growth of human relation nursing? And what are the steps to follow on improving and maintaining the good human relations in nursing administrations? Next, we see about the advantages of human relation in nursing. At last, we see about the limitations of human relation in nursing. That's all about my today's class. Thank you.